Hi guys, Tom from Fabulous Furniture Company here. So, you've purchased a beautiful brand new piece of furniture. It's your pride and joy. It's looking absolutely fantastic in position in your home, and naturally you want to start putting it to use, right? Well, with any use comes wear and tear. So in this video we're going to show you how to take care of and maintain your wooden furniture or any wooden surface really. You can apply this method to kitchen worktops, wooden kitchen worktops, dining tables, coffee tables, you name it, any wooden surface. If it's a real natural wood, this method is perfect for keeping it looking fresh and to keep it sealed so it's protected from spills, stains, grease marks, that kind of thing. Now, fortunately, it's a really simple process. Anybody can do it and you only need a few pieces of equipment. So, first thing is a lint-free cloth. You can get these from any shop really. You can get them from certainly auto shops because it's the kind of cloths people use for valeting the cars. But we're going to put a link to each of these items in the bio as well, in case that you're struggling to find them. But a lint-free cloth is the first piece of equipment that you need. Secondly is a piece of sandpaper. So for this video, I'm using a 400 grit because the tabletop that I'm going to be resealing and looking after in this video is a really highly smoothed, highly polished finish. So I'm looking to use a 400 grit. However, if you've got a more rustic piece, you can get away with a 250 grit, just as good a job as the 400. And finally is the oil. Now this is the most important part of the process. So the oil is what's going to seal the wood. The oil is what's going to protect the wood from any spills, any stains that are going to land on the surface. We're using an Osmo oil. Now this isn't a paid advert, we're not getting anything for recommending Osmo, it's simply that this is the brand that we prefer, it's the brand that we use on our products in the workshop. We use the clear satin, however you can get a gloss. Osmo also do a satin and a gloss, so if you're looking for a shiny, more glossy finish, you can get the gloss version as well. But again, for the purpose of this video, we're using the satin. It's the Osmo Top Oil High Solid, which is for wooden kitchen worktops and general interior joinery, so it's ideal and fit for purpose. If you don't want to use the Osmo, you can get away with using a teak oil or a linseed oil or any natural oils that are, as long as they're clear. You don't want an oil that is coloured because it will change the appearance of the surface that you're looking after. So we're just looking to refresh the surface and reseal it, not change its appearance. So we're using a clear oil for this one. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how simple it is to look after the surface, to re-oil it and reseal it. But before I do so, please do remember to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. It will really help us out. We are trying to build our channel. We've got a whopping 45 subscribers at the moment, so all the support that we can get is much appreciated. Right, that's the sales pitch done. Now let's get to the practical part of the video. So for the purpose of the video, we're going to be working on this dining table. If you're going to be doing a dining table or any piece of furniture, we recommend that you remove any soft furnishings that you have in the area. So if it's a dining table and you have any fabric or upholstered dining chairs, we recommend that you move them out of the way. Obviously oil, if it gets on the fabric, it will leave a stain. So we've removed all the chairs from around this table and now we're left with just the surface that we're going to be working on. So next, we're going to grab the lint-free cloth and we're just going to give the whole table a good wipe over to make sure that we remove any dust, any food droppings, any residue, make sure that we've got a nice clean surface that we're going to work on. Once the surface is clean, you're then ready to apply the oil. Now, if you've got no damage to the surface, you can crack straight on and apply the oil. However, if you've got any sort of light scuffs, any slight staining from general usage over the last, say, year or so, then that's where the sandpaper comes into play. So all you need to do with the sandpaper is gently rub the affected area. And now we recommend that you do this in the same direction as the wood grain. If you don't want to be sanding against the grain or sideways along the grain, as then you'll scuff the surface. So what we're looking to do is just gently sand the surface in the same direction as the wood grain. And you're just going to lightly polish it until any of the stains or slight marks that you've got are no longer there. Once you've done that, again, just give the table a wipe over, and that's just to get rid of any of the dust that you've just created by sanding the surface. Okay, so we've done all the prep work and we're now ready to seal the surface with the oil. So we've cleaned the table, we've sanded off any imperfections, any wear and tear, and then we've given the table another clean to get rid of any sawdust or debris that we've created by sanding it. And now we've got a nice, clean, ready prepared surface, ready to do the sealing. So, really simple process now. We get the oil and the lint-free cloth, and just really sparingly, we're just going to pour some of the oil onto the surface. Now the Osmo oil is quite thick. Some of the teak oils and linseed oils that you might choose to use are more of a watery consistency. Both are absolutely fine. The Osmo is quite thick because it's a really thick, hard wearing product, which is again why we prefer to use it. But once you've poured a small amount onto the surface, you just simply get the lint-free cloth and just buff it into the surface. You just want to be taking care to make sure that you get the oil into all the pores of the wood and that you put a nice even coating all over the surface of the table. And you'll just continue to do this all the way around. I recommend that you do it in small patches rather than trying to do the whole thing all at once, just because it means that you can buff and polish the oil into the wood without sort of leaving any marks or any streaks with the oil on the wood. We just do it in small sort of 1 foot by 1 foot patches like this. And then once you're confident that you've buffed it in and it's looking nice and sleek and fresh, just move on to the next section. I'm sure you don't want to see me spending the next sort of 10 or 15 minutes polishing and oiling this table up, so I'm going to speed it up for you. Okay, so that's the table oiled and sealed. As you can see, it was a really quick and simple process. This is a big 8-foot table. It took me around about 10 minutes to oil the whole surface and all the edges. Please don't be scared to try this at home. It's really simple, as I said, and you can't really go wrong with it. As long as you use a clear oil, which isn't going to change the colour or the look of the furniture, you're not going to really do any damage by doing this. As long as you make sure that you use a clear oil and you buff it thoroughly into the wood in a circular motion with a lint-free cloth, you won't leave any streaks or marks, and all you're going to do is freshen up the surface and keep it looking good and keep it sealed, which is the most important thing, which means it's going to last a hell of a lot longer in your home. If you like the video, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If there's any other videos you would like to see with regards to how-tos, if there's any tips or things that you would like us to do in our next video, please drop your suggestions in the comments box and we'll do our best to get those out for you. Alright guys, if you've got any questions, hit us up. Thanks for watching.